Hey guys, we are in Mill Hill for a mock. It's in the afternoon. As usual, I've cut out all the boring bits and left some of the exciting bits in there. So the learner did get a dangerous fault and a few serious fault, and I'll talk you through those as they come up. So getting to the end of this road, this one has got a really sharp turn. So the left there, you can't really see it properly, and you have to really stretch to see any vehicles coming from the left side. On this one, if the examiner's in the way, ask them to move forward a bit or back, and they won't mind, because you want to be able to see what's coming down the road before you commit into the turn. So our learner did that well, making sure they waited for the cars coming from the left, and off they go towards this roundabout, where they will make their first serious fault. So you see they've tried to move off there, but they've stalled because they had no gas. They just tried to move off with just the clutch, which can be done, but if you do it wrong, you're more likely to stall like the learner's done there. But then they've tried to move now, then you can see there's a car coming straight away from there. That's because there was a car turning left in front of that car, so they thought they had enough time, but they didn't, and tried to go again. And this time it became a serious because they kept stalling there, and they were there for far too long because of the stall. So they got a serious for stalling and a dangerous for trying to go when it wasn't safe. So not a great start to their mock, but they didn't give up, which is good, and we're going to see the rest of the drive as well. So stopping by the stop line, which is good. I would have gone a bit more forward here just to make sure they actually stop him by the stop line. So go forward a bit and then stop by the line. So we've gone through the 20 zone, now it's back to 30 again. You can see that sign there. Pulling over, starting the independent driving, following signs for burnt oak. See the sign there, I don't know if you saw it properly, but it said left at the roundabout and then left again. But you see how they've positioned here, they've blocked up the whole junction. There's enough space for two vehicles here. See, that white van could have gone forward and turned wherever they're going, but our learner's taken up the whole space, which has caused other drivers to wait. And then they did take a bit long to move there as well. There was a time when the cars on the right were getting blocked by the cars, and they didn't take that chance to go. So minor hesitation there. And then much further down, now we're following signs for edgeware, which is right third exit at this roundabout. And there's nothing coming from the right hand side, but our learner has stopped, or almost stopped, which is another hesitation. Didn't have to do that. They could have just carried on in second, keep it moving, but they slowed down too much for that, so a hesitation again. So here we're still following signs for edgeware, and it's right at the traffic lights for that. So this one is normally quite tricky at this light, but here it was nice and clear, and that big lorry was blocking any cars coming down, but you still got to be careful. And now following signs for Belmont, which is left at the lights, so you want to switch over to the left lane, checking the mirrors as you're doing this as well. And our learner did that really well. And now following signs for Kingsbury, which is left. So now notice which way they've turned and where they're going to position the car. So they're just following the car in front, who's gone to the right hand lane. They should really have aimed for the left hand lane. So being in the right at that point is not such a big deal. Just check your mirrors and move to the left. But you see our learner is still sticking to the right hand lane. Even here they've still stuck to it, and they're going pretty slowly as well for this. Remember, this is a 40 mile an hour at this section here, and they're going quite slow in the right hand lane as well. Not ideal. So they've got a serious for speed there, and for going too slow. So they should move over already, but there's only after this car's undertaking them. Now they're thinking about going to the left, but by now it's a bit too late. They should have been in the left a long time ago. So they got a serious for positioning there. And then further down, the road turns into a 30. Our learners done really well to check their mirrors here, but when they were doing that, they didn't see their speed limit change, so they were going quite fast. And it says 32 there, but they on the dial was showing about 35, 36, and they got a serious for going too fast down this road. So I don't think they realized there was a 30 mile an hour section at that point there. This roundabout is quite busy, so I just fast forwarded it a bit. And then stopping on a hill. Not that steep, this one, but still, if you don't do it properly, the car can roll back. So you see those arrows on the floor pointing you towards the right, because the left is for the buses only, and then the right side is for other vehicles. So you want to make sure you're paying attention to those road markings as you approach it. And then turning right into this side road. Done really well to wait in the box for those cars that were going past. And then this is where we're going to do the parallel park. Done well to stop on the side there. And then now to start reversing, you want to do all your checks. So start from your left hand, doing your 360 check, but our learner didn't really do the right shoulder check properly, just started kind of reversing. So they got a fault for that, for observation. And then they're coming back nicely, keeping the speed low as well. And here they should be looking around a lot more, but they weren't. So bringing the car in nicely, and cars going past should really be stopping for them as well. Especially if they're really close and your car's going towards them, you want to stop the car, yeah? And then because they have to make a correction here, this is going to be a minor for control as well. And notice how close they've got to the car. Ideally now you want to reverse back before you drive on, but they've decided to drive on quite that close. They managed it, but on the test I wouldn't risk it. That's way too close, and you could end up getting too close and potentially hitting the other car. In that situation, just reverse back a bit and then create some space between you and the parked car, and then drive on again. So here, watch carefully on the left here. So you see this car just pulled out with no indicator, and they didn't check their mirrors, I don't think, and nearly crashed there. The examiner, well, the examiner, I was the one that was in the car with the learner, so I had to press the brake, but the learner pressed the brake as well. So in a situation where you both press the brake, sometimes the examiner will just give you the benefit of the doubt. But if you don't press the brake and they press the brake, or before you, then it's going to be a serious fault. And sometimes, unfortunately, other drivers will do stuff to make you have to take action, so you just have to be ready for that. Turning into this quite busy road. Done well here, and you can, if you look on the left, those cars that are parked up there, that van, so it's blocking our view a bit of the left, so we can't really see properly what's coming from the left hand side. So it's just a matter of waiting for a big gap on the right and then going to the forward so that you can see the left a bit more, which is what our learner has done. So now they can see a bit more of the left hand side. Waiting for a safe gap to pass through. Sometimes other road users will slow down and or flash you to let you come through. As long as you know what they're doing, as long as you know they're letting you come through, then you should go for it. Turning left at the lights onto towards Burnt Oak Station. So this is where it can get quite busy around here as well, with buses, pedestrians, people going shopping, all that kind of stuff. So you want to really be careful here. It gets a bit tight, and our learner's done really well to spot that the bus is indicating to come out, and they've stopped for them really nicely. So when you're ever around buses, keep an eye on their signals, because if they are pulling out, you want to slow down and stop if you can, if it's safe to do so, yeah? A bit busy through this section because somebody was parking on the left there, and you notice the gap that our learner's left behind that car, which is really good. Okay, so that's the end of this one, guys. Thank you so much for watching. Remember to subscribe. We've got lots more coming every week, and I'll see you guys on the next one. Bye.